What's up, guys? Secret late night stream. Impromptu. Need More Amalek is here. There's so much to cover for the show tomorrow that I figured why not just bang some of it out tonight. I felt like the stream was 2.5 hours early today, but it was cut short. So Amalek was ready. He was down to go through a bunch of this stuff. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, we were already just talking about this stuff, so why not just do it on the show?
Yeah, exactly. And so, secret late night stream. Share the link. Give it a like. First, check this out. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, there we are. I'm trying to get my audios right. Beowulf super chatted into Tim Pool asking him to have me on the show. And watch how quickly he pivots to talking about bringing another Christian theologian on.
Beowulf says, with all of this end times and satanic panic 2.0 talk, you really should have a non-Christian Adam Green. He's an expert in Jewish and Christian messianism. Perhaps. We should bring a simulist, a Christian theologian, and who else should we bring?
A Scientologist.
Scientologists won't do it.
They probably.
No, let's have a setup debate with a Christian theologian and some kooky Scientologist. Or, hey, let's have some Protestants debate some Catholics. So let's have a Catholic debate a Muslim. But no talk about how it's all fake and Jewish superhero, right? Right, Amalek? Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I know if I want to have a discussion about messianism and this end time satanic panic stuff, who I want to include in that discussion is more Christians. I think that the world doesn't have enough of them talking about this stuff, and we just needed like 5 more minutes of them talking about it, and finally that'll be enough, right? Like finally we'll get to hear their side of the story.
Yeah, he goes, perhaps we'll have somebody that doubts the sacred myth that points out these Jewish fairy tales and messianism that dominates all the Abrahamic religions. But no, actually, we'll bring on another theologian.
Yeah, I think, I didn't even know this was a thing, but this is good. This is a good idea, by the way. This is what we were talking about last time I was on, where people, if they want to get you on shows, like the super chat method is good, and doing it in like a non-annoying way is great too. I'll say this though. Like a lot of people are going to hear something like this and they're immediately going to think, like you saw Jake Shield do this, and a lot of people who are not familiar with the Bible kind of feel like, oh, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole because of how they are, right? If they're not personally aware of the information, they want to bring somebody on to like try to play it fair. That that's what Jake did with you and so many other people. So it's not surprising that that was his initial reaction. I wonder what his actual biblical knowledge is. Tim Pool.
Probably nothing. He's
like 0, right?
He's not a believer, clearly, but he says he likes Christianity and doesn't want to criticize it. It is the third rail. It is what's not allowed to be talked about. Where is there anybody that's like going hard on religion being fake and Jewish?
When
not
he had Adam
Hitchens
King
has
on,
anybody even gone hard.
Yeah, that's true. When he had Adam King on, did he have like an anti-red heifer guy come on too? Is that how that worked too?
He had some Catholics on there.
Yeah, interesting.
So check out Schroyer doing the Satanic Panic pro-Putin line today.
And they want war with Russia, and they want war with Iran. And then what does Vladimir Putin say? What does President Putin say? He says the Western leaders are demonic. We are dealing with satanic, demonic pedophiles that lead the West.
No, we're dealing with Judeo-Christian Yahwehist, Owen. This satanic demonization smear of the West as satanic and antichrist is totally what the Kabbalah rabbis say, that we're satanic, Edom, and anti-Semitic. You're giving them both of those, Owen. I think he knows this, too.
Yeah, I don't get what's going on with these guys, because so many of them, like they see what we're talking about and then they just do it anyway. Like Jake knows what we're saying and then he just does it anyway, right? Like I don't understand. Yeah. That's why I think that there might be something to the whole like.
Oh, dude, Putin's totally calling out the Epstein Baal and baby jerky eaters. He's totally right, dude. We're all evil, and Putin's the good guy fighting the invisible fucking demons the demon hunter Putin. This is why they've been regurgitating that one headline, Russia bans Satanism, right? And how Dugan constantly is talking about the satanic, demonic, antichrist West. No, it's not Satan. We don't have a Satan problem. We have a Yahweh problem. They're worshiping Yahweh. The Jews worship Yahweh. They don't worship Baal. The Christians worship the Jewish God, Judeo-Christian. That's what's running things. Stop scapegoating Satan as if Yahweh and Moshiach are the good guys.
Demonic. President Putin said. He says, the Western leaders are demonic. We are dealing with satanic, demonic pedophiles that lead the West. Hate Putin as much as you want. That's true. And now you've got Khamenei.
Well, how is it true? How is it true that Satanists are running America, Owen? Donald Trump is a Satanist? Is that what you're going with? The Jews surrounding and backing Trump, they're all secretly worship Satan? Or do they just think they're the descendants of Jacob and Israel and God's chosen people, Yahweh's chosen people? Why can we not criticize what it actually is? What's with this scapegoating and misdirection?
Yeah, it's Paula White, Marco Rubio.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of these people Satanists, or are Lutnick? Is he a Satanist or is he an Abrahamist? All of the people in power in the Trump administration and all the people in the West that you could point to that are quote unquote like covering up the files from his perspective are all Abrahamists, every single one of them, or like Abrahamic adjacent, basically, like every single one of them.
Is the Chabadnik anti-Semitism czar Kaplan? Is he a Satanist? Is Jonathan Greenblatt a Satanist?
Yeah, and where the hell is the World Satanist Congress that's sitting here passing the IHRA definition of anti-Satanism? There's nothing going on like that. Okay, so shut the fuck up. This is just totally ridiculous. Because he knows everything we're saying too. By the way, like everything we've just said in the last 10 minutes, he would sit here and like nod and understand. Like, oh yeah, that's true. I get it. He knows he's using like metaphorical language here.
He says, look at what they were doing on an island. Look at what's being exposed. There's more. It's hideous. Look at the Western leaders. You can hate Khamenei as much as you want. He's the enemy. He's the worst scum of the earth. Fine. That's true. And so I've got two world leaders now that are calling out the satanic, demonic, pedophile leadership of the West more than my own president, more than my own leadership, and that's who I'm supposed to go to war with. So I've got...
Hold on, this is stupid too, because Trump and the Republicans are always calling the left satanic. What are you talking about? They're all kvetching about Satan all the time too. It is the Trump people like, well, it's a spiritual war against Satan, right? Charlie Kirk, everybody, that's what they all say. What are you talking about? Trump doesn't call out. Trump does the same Christian charade that Putin does. Oh, the war against the Satanists. We all got to worship the King of the Jews, Jesus. Trump does the same shit. Are we pretending that the right conservatives, a right wing, Christian fundamentalists are not always talking about everything as satanic? Am I missing something here? What is he talking about? Oh, our politicians don't call out the Satanism.
Nothing is satanic. Nothing. That's the problem here. Nothing is satanic. Satan is a fake character. Okay, it's all like Jewish comic book characters. Like fighting over what is and is not satanic is actually the most useless categorization thing to do. It's just totally useless.
More than my own leadership, and that's who I'm supposed to go to war with. So I've got the president of Russia saying your leader...
Nobody's telling us that we want to go to war with Russia, dude. Russia invaded Ukraine and we're supporting Ukraine. That's not us wanting nuclear war with Russia. Again, framing it like we just want to declare war on Russia, right?
Are demonic. Well, that's true. I've got the supreme leader of Iran saying your leaders are demonic. Well, that's true. And I'm being told that these are the two countries I need to go to war with. These are the two men that are the worst, most evil men in the world that I'm supposed to go to war with. Meanwhile, as all the Epstein Island stuff comes out, where are the arrests? And they're
Dude, Epstein was Ghislaine's in jail. Epstein was arrested. Luke Brunel was in jail also and killed himself in jail, supposedly. Who else needs to be arrested?
calling it a hoax.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, he's saying calling. Here, let him finish. I guess.
Okay,
here,
sorry.
I guess.
Yeah.
Where are the arrests? And they're calling it a hoax. And they're saying there's nothing there. And they're saying move on, don't talk about it. Stop the ride. Stop the ride. Stop the ride. Somebody get me off the ride. Something is broken. This thing is about to blow up.
Dude. Okay, he was like interacting with Michael Tracy today, and like I don't like that Michael Tracy and Richard Hanania are like the voices of reason in all this thing. I don't like that those two guys are being proven to like be like having their heads screwed on straight. But basically, every single file that I've seen Owen, Schroyer, or any of these guys share, every single one of them, all I've had to do was type in the name of the file or a search of Tracy's Twitter or on his Substack, and he perfectly explains the context of that email and basically dispels the mythos around this stuff. And every single time I've asked for a file or asked for an email that shows any sort of satanic child eating, beef jerky eating, any of this stuff, every single one of them has been explainable. Every single one. So I don't like that those guys are like right about this. But when Schroyer is sitting here and pretending like, oh, everyone wants you to just shut up and just stop talking about it, blah, blah, blah. No, what we're trying to do is dispel like an in real time myth that you guys are making. And they're refusing to deal with it. They refuse to present evidence. They refuse to point out like what their actual claims are and point to actual evidence. It's actually exactly like the historical Jesus debate, how they just completely gish gallop around the points and never deal with any of the arguments.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, like when he goes, Putin's right, the West is demonic and satanic. Like, what are you citing? Like a Baal bank account? Is that because that's why everybody is satanic panicking right now? Is this supposed lie about the Baal bank account? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Or what? Marina Abramovich, like, Pizzagate 2015?
Yeah, they basically have fused 2015 Pizzagate with Me Too, and it's like blown up as a bomb on the entire country, like the entire West. The entire West is obsessed with like this new Epstein version that's Pizzagate times Me Too time. Like this whole thing is ridiculous.
Now here's a clip from See Through It All. Look at this satanic slop from Kremlin Wars, InfoWars. Matt Bracken. Let's hear what he has to say.
The higher you go up in this satanic pedophile cult, the worse the crime you have to commit to get to the next level. The massage is just the entry level thing, but eventually you're requesting the jerky, which is cannibal meat from kidnapped children or missing children. There's no bottom to this.
Come on, dude. Are any of these guys going to debate that jerky is actually baby meat? Are we going to see a good faith debate about that where we go over all of the emails and show that they're clearly in the context of beef jerky?
Yeah, and I also like, okay, so the original claim from Pizzagate was that basically like on the FBI's own slides and own training that they made the claim that child traffickers would use coded language around pizza and things like that and hot dogs to talk about underage kids. Okay, that was like the original claim, and what they're doing is they're taking that concept and they're using it for like beef jerky. What I need to see is evidence from other child trafficker situations or within this one where it is clear that beef jerky thing would be used as like this coded language concept. You can't just transplant that, oh yeah, they use pizza language and hot dog language to mean this and this to mean that, and now we're just like changing the rules just to meet the beef jerky situation. So I would need to see something like that, and nothing like that exists, by the way, so good luck finding it. So
Okay, so we're referring to the jerky gate again. Let's see what he says in regards to jerky gate. What's going to be next?
cannibal meat from kidnapped children or missing children. There's no bottom to this. And the higher you go up, closer towards that power, the worse things that you're going to see and participate in. And I think this is why it's many people have said the.
Hold on.
Valhalla or Bust sent $5 on Rumble. What is up with this unexpected late night stream? Emergency assembly of the Goyim.
Yeah, we need some goyim in abundance. I don't know. I was talking to Amalek about everything. We were feasing about all the news, so I'm like, there's so much shit. You know, I'll still
we
do
like
it.
mini podcast seething on over the phone about everything. Just fuck it, let's stream it.
Yeah, yeah.
Full disclosure of the Epstein files.
I did ask Owen. I DM'd Owen a few days ago, or a couple of weeks ago. I was like, yeah, let's do another stream. Okay, we've been saying for a while we'll do another stream. And then I DM'd him like, I don't know, 5 days ago, something like that. No response. Left me on unread. Doesn't want the smoke.
Could bring down the governments of the West.
Oh, is that what we want? Oh, okay. So you're going to lie about beef jerky when Epstein was on a carnivore diet, eating lots of protein, and loved this high-end private chef jerky that he was buying in bulk for his plane and his island and his high-protein diet. So now, it's going to bring down the West. That's what he wants, huh?
It's many people have said the full disclosure of the Epstein files could bring down the governments of the West.
Bring down the governments of the West. Now, who would want that?
You got to bring up Dugan's Twitter from like the last 24 hours. Just scroll through it, and as this guy's talking.
Yeah.
It's
is that what it's about? Oh, lie about jerky and Putin's calling it out, or lying about the jerky and the fall of the West. Funny how that works. On Kremlin Wars. I think he's got another one too. Let's hear this one.
He's always a great guest. Now, I listened to Robert Barnes. He's always a great guest. I think he's one of the smartest lawyers around, smartest people, period.
Dude, I think he shared a Dugan tweet today too, if I remember correctly. Robert Barnes.
Follow him on X. Watch him whenever he's on Alex or other shows.
He's a Zionist too.
He uses a term now, the Epstein class. And so does a Brit that I follow on X named Paul Weston. He's Paul Weston.
So Massey's been using that line too. That's like the new neurolinguistic trick. They're associating all of the West, all of the leadership of the West with Epstein. So they're all satanic pedophiles.
I was watching. I think it was Breaking Point. I think it was Ryan Grimm claimed that they had, or it was the guest he was talking to had said that, oh yeah, I came up with that. It might have been them talking to Massey. I can't remember. But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we're calling it the Epstein class, which is just, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But Dugan has now been tweeting out the words Epstein class over and over and over again to refer to our government.
Yeah, dude.
I have Dugan on notifications on, so what happens is his tweets just go right to my text on my phone, and I see it, and as soon as I read it, it just makes me seethe so much because it's so obvious what he's doing, and everyone's falling for it.
Oh, dude, look at the latest retweet from Dugan. Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, well, hold on. I wasn't kidding. You should scroll. He's been retweeting Arcto stuff. He's been his article from today about the Marco Rubio speech is incredibly interesting. I was gonna write a counter article, but then I got busy today. Like everything that Dugan's tweeted in the last, I would say, since the Epstein files came out, just make the whole thing so obvious. Look at that. You can't vote out of this mess. Yeah. Like, see this?
You can uprise, revolt, have a revolt, America. It's like basically calling for a color revolution based off of fake Baal. He's really pushing the Baal stuff. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're saying that he plotted to overthrow Assad. I read the email. It didn't exactly say that. Look, sharing Baal. Who is Epstein's god? Baal. Based off a fucking email or bank account lie. Again, Dawson tried to say that the Russians aren't pushing this satanic panic demonization of the West. Okay. Another Alex Jones video about Let's see. Pedophile occupational government. Pog is not Zog in no way. No way. It's not Zionist. Have you considered Pog? That's funny doing that. That's funny. Dude. Oh, dude, it's pedophile ball worshippers, not a bunch of Zionist Jews. Come on. Come on. Another Alex. He just retweets everything Alex Jones.
I know, yeah. And look at Arctos for a while. He does.
Well, isn't that his site? Dude, look at him sharing Laurent. But Laurent is calling out the satanic panic.
I was just going to say that. Laurent, yeah. And he's retweeting Nick and saying that Nick is right about the satanic panic.
Right, right. Dude, hey, Laurent, I'm right about Uns. I'm right about Dugan. I'm right about Arctos. He's been on a few times for people that don't know. And we've argued, especially in recent times, we've argued about the Russia stuff and other things. We argued about mythical Jesus last time, too.
I get it from his perspective, though. If you're European, there is no nationalism without like Russian connections. I don't think. I really don't. I don't think that there's any nationalist group in Europe that doesn't have some ties to Russia in some way. So I don't really know. Like I don't know if it's even like a choice that they can have over there to be. You know what I'm saying? To be nationalists while also being like vocally anti-Russia. You can.
And also, it's like it's kind of hard
anti.
to. It's kind of hard to blame. From being not American, I can understand like not liking America because we're so cucked. You know,
Yeah.
we're so not because we're Satanists, but because like we're just owned by Zionists, pretty much. You know.
Oh, also like Europeans are resentful towards America because of the Americanization of Europe has been negative for their culture and for their vitality and things like that. And we do treat them poorly in a lot of different ways. So I get why there's resentment there too. So when you're resentful like that, you kind of like do turn to like the next guy, right? In this case, Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes sense, but I just it's I don't agree with it, and it's not what I think should be done. But
I saw George Galloway is in the Kremlin right now. Just huge Russia shill. George Galloway, the communist that worked with South Africa, the Jews in South Africa. He retweeted the Sneeko and Professor Zhang video as well. And like, here's Dugan. He says the Western liberal democratic elites are cannibals. This is the beef jerky lie that they're all pushing. And Satan worshipers. This is the Baal lie that they're pushing. If the elites of other civilizations exhibit similar traits, this is always the result of Western pressure and imitation. So the West is the foundation of all evil in the world.
And said the ruling class in the West would be better termed the Epstein class.
Okay.
Yeah, and like the elites in the West, they do suck, but they don't suck because they're Satanists. They suck because they're Abrahamists, guys.
Right, right. And they'll never say that. They're blaming Baal and Satan.
Like they suck because the whole system is built around like a right wing that forgives anything and a left wing who's like trying to out-Christian the Christians, basically. Like that's our whole paradigm is built around those two groups fighting with each other. That's our problem. It's caused by the Abrahamic, like, you know, paper football game where they just kick back and forth between each other.
Now, InfoWars really bringing on, really platforming some serious characters here. Check out how much of a joke this guy is. The Christian spiritual warrior, Joseph Daniel, has the gift of discernment of spirits and went to Epstein's Zorro Ranch. Interview by Harrison Smith. We're only going to watch the first few minutes. This guy is wild. So fucking kosher and stupid.
Bring forth much exposure to this place. Get people arrested, committing crimes on the Zorro Ranch, as some have called it. Property behind me. Thank you for sending me here. Get this place exposed more and more, God. Get investigations to be in manifestation soon, to expose all the murders that have happened here at Satan's, formerly known as Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. Thank you, God, for sending me here. Expose different satanic rituals that have happened here. Bring forth whistleblowers who've seen people murdered here.
He's got the Jesus on the hat. The Jesus merch.
People sacrifice to Satan forward with powerful testimony that will really devastate Satan and the dark side.
Sacrifice.
You are good.
Satan. Joseph Philip Daniel.
What gave you the creeps about Zorro Ranch?
Well, one of the gifts of the Spirit that I carry is the gift of the discernment of spirits. And I've had that gift for many years now, and I've been able to go to different places, and I've been able just to feel such a demonic presence, and there was bad. Oh my gosh. If I've been to Little St. James Island, maybe I could say the same, but I don't know if I've ever been to a more...
Bringing on the real experts here, guys. He senses the spirit, the negative energies.
This is like Macho Man Randy Savage mixed with like Miss Cleo.
Dude, I was just thinking old wrestler. He reminds me of a wrestler, dude, with this suit
like
and this
Macho Man
hair.
Randy Savage plus Miss Cleo. You know what I'm talking about? The psychic.
I
black
don't
lady
know who
was
that
on
is.
TV?
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
This is his thing. 24,000 followers on Instagram. A prophet. Oh, dude, Harrison, you brought on a Christian prophet? So base, dude. Holy Spirit, ambassador of Jesus.
Dude, meanwhile,
Yeah.
these guys will like point at Paula White doing her talking in tongues. You'd be like, oh, that's demonic. Like, she's a Judeo-Christian. They're so evil when they do that. And then they'll bring on this guy.
Yeah. Bringing out the heavy hitters, the real serious dudes, huh? We're going to learn about how satanic it was because he went there and felt the vibes, bro.
Well, yeah, he'll have you on the show, Adam, but he's also got to have this guy on to make sure it gets counterbalanced. You know what I mean?
No, I'll never get on. I get ignored and blacklisted.
Well, maybe Tim
And,
Pool will have this guy on with you then. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, this guy's going to be a star, I'm sure. Like that other like demon hunter dude that's been all around.
The Killer Ranch. I mean, there are demons literally just flying around there, just lingering there, waiting to kill.
Dude, just like literally, bro, they're just flying all around. He went there, he put on the glasses, he saw the demons flying around everywhere around the ranch, dude. And he just went there with the Holy Spirit in the name of Jesus, and they just fucking, they fled at the sight of this man. Dude, we are not serious people. When the bad guys are demons floating around in the air, and this is your expert, you are a clown, Harrison. You are an unserious Russian propagandist fucking kosher clown.
Steal and destroy, basically.
This guy would have gotten chased
was
out of the
wild,
medieval
man.
village, by the way. Like, there's no, like, our ancestors are so upset with us that we're falling for this guy. They wouldn't have fallen for this guy. This guy, he would have showed up in his, like, furs and his, purple jacket or whatever, talking about how he talks to God, and everyone would have chased him out, just so everyone's clear. So we're, like, this is so stupid.
And I definitely do never want to go back, unless God wants me to go.
Well, so I mean, what is your take on all of Jeffrey Epstein? Like, why was Zorro Ranch never investigated, do you think? What is your take as you look into Jeffrey Epstein? Because I was just talking earlier today about how, obviously...
Dude, what is he talking about? It was they raided it. The FBI and whatever government agencies raided that shit and put him in jail. What do you mean it was never investigated? What, they never sent, like, ghost hunters to go check for demons floating around? What the fuck are you talking about?
The whole international spy ring thing is a major part of it. Probably, to me, the overwhelmingly important part is the fact that this guy was manipulating geopolitics. But underneath it is this Satanism, is this, like, just outpouring of just the most vicious, hateful, disgusting stuff.
Dude, where is the outpouring of Satanism? Show me the Satanism in the fucking email, dude. What are you talking about? Why are we pretending like the guy's like outed as a full-on Satan worshiper? There's no fucking emails like that. What are we doing?
How do you take this? How do you fold this into your worldview?
It's just like Marina Abramovich. She's the main witch behind the World Economic Forum cult. She had her whole...
Dude, the main witch, dude. She's doing her fucking cauldrons and summoning the spirits and flying around on a broom. Dude, dude, witches are real, bro. We need to fucking defeat the witches with Jesus. Otherwise, we're not going to make it, dude. The witches, that's the problem here.
Yeah, everyone knows that like whoever's running the world, they have like an office for the main witch. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely what they're doing. The people who run the world, they got a main witch.
Yeah. She couldn't just be some creepy, weird artist that some of them like. Couldn't be that.
Exhibit there in Davos. I got footage of it. They're able to just use demonic power somehow to just never get captured and just always operate in secret and just have so many people not know what's really going on. But thanks be to God and decades of people fighting, we're able to have, what we have with the Epstein files. But still, we need Pam Bondi to take action. My time at CERN.
Maxed Out Bear sent $5 on
Maxed Out Bear.
Purple Jacket Bro really does look like Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo. I'll pull her up. I'll pull her up.
The craziest thing, oh my gosh, maybe that's ever happened to me when I've been covering something like that happened. And I was with Joshua. We were at one of the entryways, and two British-looking ladies came out, and they had a British accent.
Dude, check her out. He really is a wrestler mixed with Miss Cleo. Look at that. Dude, same shtick. That's who Harrison went for the big guns. Mixed with Randy Savage. Or The Undertaker.
$15. You have to show how Abrahamis leads to degenerate behavior of Epstein Company. It is not enough to just say Jews do not worship well. This messaging is simply not effective.
Hold on, I didn't see that. Shoot, I have to pull up the Powerchat.
And they were talking.
Hold on.
And I said, do you know where the statue of Shiva is? You know about that satanic ritual that happened in 2016, basically, to one of them. And she's like, oh, yeah, it was satanic. Basically, she said. And Joshua was right there. I didn't get it on camera. And then I was like, this is an interdimensional gate. They're trying to bring demons in, basically. And she's like, yeah, I know. She just walked away with the other scientists. They had hard hats on. And I'm just like looking at Joshua. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and this is the video that...
None of that just happened, by the way. None of that. None of that story happened.
All right, so they have a Shiva. Is it like a Hindu, Buddhist? Right? What is it? It's Hindu, right? It's some Hindu god sculpture. So they're opening portals to the demonic side. This isn't even Satan. They say it's a satanic ritual. Like,
yeah,
this
to
is
Christians,
not
anything
Satan.
that's not Jesus is Satan. That's what
Right.
when they say Satan, they just mean not Jesus.
Yeah. Like,
As far as I have a satanic ritual going on right there outside of
satanic ritual right there. Like, no, dude, this is an Indian god. Indians don't believe in Satan and Yahweh. Everything is Satan.
Oh, then she said, the one British lady, she's like, oh, the Shiva statue has now been put underground.
Oh, good.
Basically. Because I was wondering where it was, because I wanted to go and get a video right by the Shiva statue. And she's like, oh, no.
It's hidden now.
Hidden now, basically.
Because they got bad PR. But
then I was in one parking lot right outside CERN. And I
oh, yeah, they changed out the art in their courtyard. Therefore, they worship Satan. Yep, good.
I love how these guys never look up to like what things actually are. They just immediately jump to some satanic explanation and then never research it at all. Like, how come I just takes a quick search and I can see it's a gift, a diplomatic gift from India in 2004. Shiva is the cosmic dancer presented by the government of India. It's symbolic, not religious. The ceremony controversy, what actually happened? They filmed a short, unofficial video at night showing a mock ritual around the sacrifice, or around the statue. It was not an official CERN event. It was a private prank performance by a few staff members, unauthorized. No real ritual, sacrifice, or institutional activity occurred.
Oh yeah, if you work at CERN, you are. I mean, imagine like you must.
They were probably trolling the conspiracy theorists that they were opening up portals.
Make a joke about it, right? Like every single day, like you walk in, hey Jim, hey what's up? Oh, you summoning demons today? Yep, doing my demon thing. Like
yeah,
that's got to be what. Like if you're working at CERN, that's what you're doing every day, right? Like
I never even knew that or thought or cared to look it up, but of course that's what it is they're trolling. So much of this is them trolling Christians and them acting like it's real and getting triggered.
And he's like, oh yeah, it's a giant science experiment, basically. And I was like, do not trust your leaders. It's right there on the video. Do not trust them. They're evil, basically. And he was just like, kind of like, whoa.
Dude, all science is evil, bro. All science is satanic. Don't try to figure out quantum mechanics or protons and neutrons and neutrinos and all that shit. Dude, it's all satanic.
Exploded, thanks be to God, on Instagram and on Facebook. So that's great.
You know, it's weird how possible
he's allowed on
that is,
Facebook and
because,
Instagram. Wow, I'm
X,
surprised.
Yeah, huge.
like, your story is not really all that out of the ordinary. We think of Instagram and Facebook as being super censored still, but
Oh yeah, when you
I
think
find a
that
lot of my
donkeys
stuff
can
does
talk
better
and
on
Jesus can walk on water, it's actually not that out of the ordinary. It's just a dog every day.
Yeah, when you believe in magic, like anything's possible. Jewish magic.
Instagram than X.
Oh, dude, it's really crazy. It's like now all of the social media platforms are letting our kosher goy slop go viral. Yeah, we've noticed. Same with TikTok.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I got one of my close friends' posts to 1 million views.
Nice.
Dr. Benjamin Marble. He has myfreedoctor.com, and go there if you need free care.
Friend of the show?
It's an incredible website, myfreedoctor.com. But he got suspended last year, and he's like, oh, yeah, I've been suspended over 30 times on here. And then soon after he got suspended, like maybe within a month or 2 months of that, maybe 3 months or something like that, months later, I'm about to go live with Ivan Raikland in Washington, D.C., and all of a sudden I look at my...
Oh, the Q Mike Flynn guy?
Collapse Podcast sent $5 on Rumble. They act satanic to lead the goyim to Jesus. They know what they're doing.
Of course. Yep, they do.
My phone, and
These guys know what they're doing when they're lying about it, too. This guy's totally frame mogging. How small is Harrison, or how giant is this guy?
I get a suspension notification, and I told Ivan, he's like, oh, man, this is bad, basically. So Ivan Raikland, he's been, trying to help me. He's amazing. He's a close friend. I plan on going back to Capitol Hill and confronting some globalists with him.
Ivan Raikland was like the biggest Trump shill, just like InfoWars, and now they're all like accusing Trump of being involved with like a pedophile cover-up or exposing it like Jones is trying to do. Let's not forget that. Like they elected the Epstein class in. Right.
Also, they did. Exactly. It's also important to know, like, that My Free Doctor guy. That guy is one of the wellness company associate people.
I suspected he was. Yep.
Yeah. So
Owen's sponsored by them.
Yeah, we're really just. I mean, we're just really in it, right? Like, we got Russian bullshit propaganda, chaos propaganda, brought to you by like Russian advertising fake product company, however you would describe that whole operation. So yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff you've been pointing out for a long time. But yeah, that guy is the My Free Doctor guy. He's associated with those guys, the wellness company.
Did you know that? I never heard of him. Did you know that already, or did you look it up and just assume that it was and you were right?
Well, I've tweeted about it before, so I just searched my thing and what's that girl's name? Holly or Polly or whatever.
Amazing Polly, yeah.
Amazing Polly, yeah. She's tweeted about it.
What do you know? Wellness Company Network.
At my side.
Oh, yo, Red Ice is here. He's a Nephilim, clearly. What's up, Henrik? Yeah, clearly a Nephilim. He's in on it. He's an inside Nephilim job at InfoWars.
He's been a great patriot for years, and yeah, it's been incredible to be an information warrior for God and to be suspended. It is what it is, but I got to stay thankful, and I know that God's working everything out for my good, so that's good.
Well, it still doesn't feel good when you get suspended, especially when you're about to go live with something really powerful. But that's what you do. You go around, you actually get on the ground and investigate stuff. In fact, we have a video of you at Zorro Ranch. Should we go to this and then you can describe for us, or do you want to set us up with this video?
I was able to meet my friend, Josh Friedman, who's Luke Radowski's from We Are Change's right-hand man, last year covering the Bilderberg conference in Stockholm, Sweden. The Holy Spirit led me into...
Luke Radowski.
I mean, yeah, or Luke Radowski. As I say, yeah, right, look, more of the same people, right? Like
Tim Pool, Tenet Media, InfoWars, Big Putin shill, really pushing the whole satanic angle. Yep. Exactly.
Go out there, and I was able to confront Eric Schmidt and other globalists there. And Joshua
only another minute of this guy.
The World Economic Forum Cult Annual Conference this year in Davos. So he flew me out when I was in Chicago. So we went there. I got to get some great footage there. And then he flew from Bulgaria to America, and he's like, let's go to Zorro Ranch. Or maybe I brought it up or whatever it was. So we went to New Mexico. We found where Zorro Ranch is, even though it's called something different now. And it's one of the creepiest places I've ever been in my entire life. And I know for sure 100% that Satan himself has manifested there in some type of ritual.
Oh,
I know for sure, dude. I felt the energy.
100% for
Yeah.
sure. Well,
Yeah,
there it
what's
is.
your proof? Oh, I
Yeah.
felt it.
Adam, you wrote a book, that talks about Jesus not existing, but obviously Satan does exist because this guy has provided way more proof than you could ever hope to imagine.
For sure. He knows for
100%.
sure, 100%, dude. He felt it. He has the discernment
So creepy.
of the demons.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's go to the video.
Wow.
And we'll get your comments on the other side. Again, my guest is Joseph Philip Daniel 1 on X, and here he is investigating Zorro Ranch. Let's watch.
Thank you, Jesus, for bringing me here.
Thank you, Jesus.
Much exposure to this place. Get people arrested, committing crimes on the Zorro Ranch, as some have called it. Property behind me. Thank you for sending me here. Get this place exposed more and more, God. Get investigations to be in manifestation. Soon, to expose all the murders that have happened here at Satan's, formerly known as Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. Thank you, God, for sending me here. Expose different satanic rituals that have happened here. Bring forth whistleblowers who've seen people murdered here, people sacrificed to Satan. Forward with powerful testimony.
Dude, talk about LARPing. Talk about clown show.
That will really devastate Satan and the dark side. You are good, God. You are good.
JosephPhilipDaniel.com. So what gave you the creeps about Zorro Ranch?
Well, one of the gifts of the Spirit that I carry is the gift of the discernment of spirits. And I've had that gift for many years now, and I've been able to go to different places, and I've been able just to feel such a demonic presence, and there was bad. Oh my gosh. If I've been to Little St. James Island, maybe I could say the same, but I don't know if I've ever been to a more demonic place than
Really?
Zorro Ranch.
Kira Kirsten sent $5 on Rumble. Grown men sounding like teenage girls with a Ouija board. It's embarrassing and black pilling.
What's crazy is I don't know. I mean, I'll just say in the normies that I know are basically all believing this stuff, guys. Now it's like the normies are all believing that the country is, like, at least half of them that I know believe that the country is now being ran by satanic pedophiles who eat children. So, that's where we're at. Don't mean to blackpill you too much, but
I got the man on the street where I interview normies about this stuff. Look, here's one of them. Do you guys think this is unreleased from a couple weekends ago?
Satanists run the world?
I do.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think that?
Because of everything that's coming out. But
Like
I
what?
already knew about it.
Like what?
Well, I don't want to get into it.
How did you know about it?
I went down the rabbit hole a long
What
time.
rabbit hole?
Oh, the rabbit hole.
So do you think it's demons?
I do. I do.
Do you believe demons run the world?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, how do you know that?
Elite Satanists.
Satanists?
Yeah.
Are they
Pedophiles.
ushering pedophiles?
Yeah.
QAnon?
No.
Are they ushering in the Antichrist?
Probably.
So what do we do?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I don't know. I love Jesus.
Jesus?
I love
Jesus is the answer to the demons?
Yes. You get me?
Jesus is the answer. Do you think Satanists run the world?
Okay, you like that? You like that?
yeah. That honestly, that's how basically all the normies are, guys. At least, like I said, at least half of them.
Yeah, ready for one more? I'm going to give you a couple little sneak previews since we mentioned normies believing Satanists run the world. Here's another one.
Do you think Satanists run the world?
Oh my gosh.
Run the world?
You know the answer. Yes or no?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, like like the Super Bowl halftime show or MTV Music Awards or the Olympics. Are they doing satanic shit to show off that they're secretly in charge?
Messages. I mean, yes, they are. Yes.
Okay. So what does that mean? Does that mean the Bible's real? And what should we do?
The Bible's real.
On Rumble. Get Lana on The View. LOL.
Oh, Lana from Red Ice on The View. Yeah, great idea. That's totally going to happen. Maybe she should start her own View channel. Red Ice show idea. TM Henrik. I don't know if Henrik's still in the chat. I haven't looked for a bit. Hey, create a View. Red Ice The View. What do we call it?
You just have to read the word and follow
take.
Follow guidance.
The take.
As strong as you can.
Yeah, get Rebecca on there.
Yeah.
The believers are the one that's actually gonna.
Yes, look at this, dude. Viking warrior skills.
Throughout or surpass this, whatever's going on.
The Antichrist, like, so Satan is in charge. The Antichrist.
I don't necessarily want to say God is always in charge. I'm never gonna say Satan's in charge.
Do you think Satanists run the world?
All right.
No.
Why not?
All right, you guys are gonna have to just wait and stay tuned for that, for the rest of that.
That's
when I'm
funny.
done. Oh, Red Ice is here. He says we'll call it the Vril. I like the take. That's a hit show right there. The take. All the takes. That's funny. All right.
I mean,
hold on. There's a little. I think one more minute of this one, and then we got a few
there
more.
are demons literally just flying around there, just lingering there, waiting to kill, steal, and destroy, basically. It was wild being there. And I definitely never want to go back. Unless God wants me to go.
Well, so
yeah, he said, of course, the Bible's real.
On all of Jeffrey Epstein, like why was Royal Ranch never investigated? Do you think? What is your take as you look into?
Well, talk about the Dow.
They just say that shit without ever confirming. By the way, just like the oh, he won the lottery thing. Like they just say that, like somebody else they heard
Similar
say that,
experiences
and
with
they
the Holy
just repeat it without ever confirming it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that getting debunked tonight.
Yeah, I'm so over it. Every
Here's
single one of these, like, oh, well, did you know this? I look into it. It's fake. I just wasted 30 minutes.
Christian bro Shia LaBeouf gets beat up drunk in New Orleans. This is the meme the Christians always share of us, where the dude was in some movie as a monk and he became a Christian and he's shilling Jesus. Now he's getting drunk, getting beat up, getting arrested in New Orleans at Mardi Gras, I think. This is what happens. This is what's going to happen if you Christians keep telling me to say Christ is Lord, like the meme. So the actor, Transformers. Ooh, getting beat up by some black guys just abusing him when he's on the ground. Disavow. I'm joking about the beat up thing. Of course. Picking on the little white boy, huh?
Ethnically Jewish Christian, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You do that one more time. That's enough, man.
Hold on. Jack Stone says y'all got to look up the image for the Mask. The movie The Mask. What's on it? I've seen that movie so many times. What's on it? Nothing more kosher than fear-mongering over Baal, like the Happy Merchant meme, Rabbi Jonathan Kahn.
God.
Oh, dude, he was fucking spearheading this Baal thing. Dude, you're so based. You're basically Jewish if you're not kvetching about Baal. Like your fucking Christian hero here.
Baal means the possessor or the master or the owner. And his mission to Israel was to basically drive them away from God. He was the ultimate.
Yeah, that's true, Henrik. Shia LaBeouf can now have another redemption arc for Jesus. He can be washed in the blood and dipped in the water again and be forgiven, born again.
And it says that Baal calls them to forget God. Well, in America, that is what happened as well. What he did is drive the presence of God out of the culture. That is what we have been witnessing. Whenever you have an empty house, something else is coming in. It says he caused them to turn away from the commandments. So we have struck down the Ten Commandments. We've taken it from public square, just like Israel. One of the things is, so what you saw happening with Baal and Israel, you're happening with America. You're seeing a paganization, materialism, a vulgarization of culture. Talk about now, I have my own truth. You know, this is my own truth. Well, that's paganism. You make your own God. You can bend reality. I can say I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm an animal. It doesn't matter. You're bending reality. That's paganism.
Sounds just like Jay Dyer, dude, doesn't it?
Means the possession.
So it's not Yahweh. Yeah, paganism's the threat. All this Baal shit is like coded anti-pagan, like pro-Jew worship.
Yeah, well, you can't have objective truth without Yahweh, dude. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's really what paganism is just, no Yahweh, no objective truth.
So you shared this one. What's this one?
Oh, she's nuts. she's nuts. And dude,
Talk about an industry plant. Beauty pageant, California too. Beauty pageant girl became a
converted
Catholic
9 months ago. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
converted 9 months ago. Watches Candace Owens, and now she's the leader of the E-Crusaders on the internet. She took her big L. They're hailing her as some hero now. And she's like being so dramatic, like, oh, I thought they were gonna kill me. I'm not suicidal. Like this bitch just says, like, oh, I don't worship Israel, like they're gonna kill her. Give me a fucking break.
So then Monday comes, and you get accused of quote unquote hijacking the meeting by making it about Israel, when in their argument it was not supposed to be about Israel or Zionism. What is your kind of response to that criticism?
Yeah, so they did an intervention meeting. That Dan texted me around 7 a.m. that morning and said that he wanted to meet with me and Paula, and I didn't feel comfortable meeting with them. In fact, I was scared, to be honest with you. I was really scared. I was worried for my safety. I was worried the repercussions of.
Yeah, they were totally gonna murder you at the meeting. Yeah, they're just gonna murder you and disappear you, and nobody was ever gonna. Nobody on the internet would say anything about it. You'd just be forgotten, even though you're in the new It Girl this week for making a fool of herself.
That's what they do before government meetings. Is they oftentimes assassinate the women that are supposed to attend them.
Yeah,
fucking idiot. The fact that Ryan Grimm is entertaining all of this is mind blowing to me. These people everyone has lost their mind. Everyone has just completely lost their mind. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Oh, and I just have to point out, RT Miko Peled, writing for RT. This is the guy that's right here with her.
$5. I supercharged the Jimmy Dore show and told Kurt Metzger you wanted to have him on, and he said he's down. This is the second time. You should hit him up, because I'd say a Kurt Metzger podcast is a done deal.
Well, I don't know if his DMs are open, but I'll try to DM him, I guess, or tag him on something.
I think he has an email too that you can email. I'll find it for you then too.
All right, I mean,
but yeah, this guy's a Russia shill, but also this is on Drop Site, which has also been linked to Russia before. So I mean, I follow Drop Site, and I follow Ryan Grimm's reporting because I like to take in like a holistic view of everything going on in the news. And so I would say that there are some Russian links to them, but anyway.
Just the entire story back, leading back to August, with this tremendous pressure to stay silent, tremendous pressure that I must not speak. I must not use my social media platform to speak out about what is going on in Gaza. And in fact, Paula White, an outspoken evangelical Zionist, obviously everybody knows where she stands. She told me that I wasn't allowed, specifically she used the words replacement theology. Well, now we're seeing, Ryan, that this is become a theological debate. And so the hearing on Monday, it went right into October 7th, Israel. I mean, I counted, it was over 17 times that Israel was mentioned. This is a U.S. American Religious Liberty Commission. Why are we talking about a foreign nation 17 times? More than that, actually. I had to stop counting.
Maybe because you guys believe in the Bible, and the Bible is about Israel. Why are we talking? This is a religious convention. Why are we commission? Why are we talking about Israel? Because you're a bunch of God of Israel worshipers. Duh.
And so the only people that hijacked this hearing, let me just say, were the Zionists. They hijacked this hearing. And they took it away from real anti-Semitism, which is happening, and real bigotry, which is happening with Muslims, with Christians, with Jews, with all kinds of people. And so they wanted it to be brought back to Israel, to Zionism, because that's where all of these people stand. That's where their allegiance is. And it became very obvious. So they tried to do an intervention meeting around 7 a.m. I told them, stop talking about Israel. This is a U.S. commission. Might as well change it to be the Zionist Commission, if that's what this is all about. Because they wanted me to stop speaking, and they were worried about what I was going to say from the stage. So by the time I got on stage, I was already to here. I was fed up and I was done. And I thought I did a really good job. I'm actually very proud of myself. I did a very good job of just staying calm. I prayed before and said, you know, Lord, just keep me calm and just keep the facts rolling. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what they had a problem with. They had a problem that I had.
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, dude, I can't stand these people.
Dude, we played the clips from her interactions. Seth
She got
Dillon owned her. She got owned. She's like, "Do you think Christ is king is anti-Semitic?" And he was like, "No, Christ is king, but some people use it in an anti-Semitic way." It's like, okay, L. All of her talking points fell flat. Yeah,
dude. Her IQ is not even like. What is it? Like, I don't even know. It's
dude. The talking points are just destined to fail. They've been. How much longer are we going to allow these failing talking points? She goes, "Oh, we think that we're the true Israel." How much longer are they going to kick that can down the road?
And she doesn't even understand the basic Catholic teaching of the Catholic Church either. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, her own Catholic Church came out and disavowed her as not a real Catholic, and like, who are you to speak for Catholicism? You converted 8 months ago.
Yeah, she doesn't understand the basic premise. Like, she can't grasp it as a concept. I've seen it explained to her like 100 times on Twitter, and she still does not understand it.
That Israel has killed over 70,000 innocent civilians in Gaza. They didn't like that. I wasn't supposed to say that. So if they consider that as hijacking, so be it.
Well, maybe that's the only good thing she said. I don't think I heard her say that part, but that's good. That would trigger them to say that. They're not allowed to talk about that. But hey, guys, guess what? How symbolic is this? One American News. Christians are the new owners of the Zorro Ranch, Epstein's New Mexico compound, and it's under construction to transform it into a Christian retreat. Dude, what better way to defeat the demons than to turn the satanic ritual baby cannibal site into a Christian retreat center? Turning the dark to light.
Light and positivity. Tell us about that plan. Now, you have plans to take something evil and bring it into goodness, bring it into light and positivity. Tell us about that plan.
Well, of course. That is the main reason I bought the property. This was obviously a dark place, and we wanted to put light in a dark place. It always shines the brightest when you do that. My faith is so strong in Jesus, and it really is. And I'm going to make this, the plan all along is to make this property into a Christian retreat. As a matter of fact, it's under construction today. And that's our goal. That's why we named it San Rafael. We named it Saint.
Corn Pop sent $10. I heard you like grape soda. Guess looks like Adam got ebonicized during the time he was putting his big, white, into black dudes' faces.
What? I'll have to read that one again. It cut off short. This guy, Don Huffins, got endorsed by the American Jewish Conservatives. That's the first thing I found. I was looking up if he was a Zionist or Jewish.
Raphael, as you probably know, an archangel, and his what he does and helps people with is healing and being the healer, and also blessing those that are trapped.
Oh, okay, I get it, Corn Pop. He said, my balls in black dudes' faces. He meant dunking in basketball. Dunking on black guys is what he meant. No wonder you get so heated when you talk about Owens. You want that black puss, don't you? Corn Pop, are you drunk? You've been drinking, Corn Pop? That seems a little crazy for you.
We think that's really...
No, I'm not attracted to Candace Owens in the slightest. I find her revolting, actually.
Remain to this property.
Now, you have plans to take something evil and bring it into goodness, bring it into light and positivity. Tell us about that plan.
Dude, that's what they're doing. They're trying to exploit this satanic panic to shield Jesus. Really exemplifies it. Look at this. I said on the show today about how all these e-crusaders are basically doing stochastic terrorism, and they're going to instigate and and stir up and wind up some kook to go do some attack, and there's going to be a big crackdown. Like Ken O'Keefe here says, the system needs to be destroyed. There is no peaceful solution left. Or Leonardo here says, if someone were to organize a vigilante group for justice, she's pretty sure the American people would support them. Definitely don't do this, though, under any circumstances. Seriously. This is Fed posting. This is agitating somebody to do something, and even Fuentes noticed that this is what's going on. I covered this on the show earlier today. I showed a couple other examples.
New meta on.
I just saw that the schizo crazy guy sent you another $1,000. I love you and I care about you, Nick. Send that guy his money back and ban him everywhere. I'm afraid he's one of those stands that will stalk and kill you. Be careful and God bless you.
I don't think he would do that because me and him agree on a lot of things. I don't think he would ever do that because he knows that I'm like a real guy. So he's always going to respect my boundaries, and it's never going to get ugly. It's never going to backfire. Honestly, new meta unlocked. This is called the Candace Owens option. It's called we create an army of schizophrenics, and then, I don't know, we kind of direct them. Maybe we direct them. Dude, Candace Owens is honestly, there's something scary going on there. If Candace, how many days and hours before a Candace Owens super fan is like, I have a bomb in Centennial Park? Like, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I'm not encouraging that. We're all thinking it. How many days and hours, how much time?
Yeah, every day. I think every day I'm like, oh, it didn't happen today, right? Like
one of the Candace Owens fans is rolling up to Epstein Island, going up to Epstein Island. Let's not blow things out of proportion. How long before that's going to happen? So she's kind of like, should be on the stochastic terrorism watch list. Candace Owens, if ever there was a legitimate way to use the word stochastic terrorism, it would be in the context of a person saying that Sam Altman is a robot and Charlie Kirk was a time traveler and psychics are out to get everybody. They're trying to suppress psychics. People are out there worried about CNN. They're like, transgenders are watching CNN and now they all want to kill Trump. It's like, I'm worried about whoever is watching this other show and they're being told that Elon Musk is a robot and they're being told that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler and the Men in Black tried to suppress his psychic abilities. What even must be their conception of Turning Point at this point? I always thought they were just like Jewish grifters, but to your average Candace Owens fan, it's like they're literally extraterrestrials. Like, I look at Andrew Colvin and I say, this guy's from Salem Media. He's like a Christian Zionist. He's like a Jewish plant. If you're a Candace Owens fan, it's like, no, he's one of the Nephilim's children. Like, he's a children.
He's like a little guy inside of like a robot suit or something.
Remember there was a QAnon person that murdered his children saying that they were like reptilians or something, or shapeshifters. He took them to Mexico and killed his 2 kids, claiming that they were like satanic bloodline or something like that.
I think a lot of the people we argue with and talk to, I really do think that they have schizophrenia. I honestly do. Like, the more
what's funny is there was a big shooting just like yesterday at a hockey rink where some trans dude that was a fan of Nick shot his family. And I'm not blaming Nick for that. Like, Nick doesn't incite people to shoot their family and be trans. I don't think that's fair, but still though. But it's just it's only a matter of time. It's inevitable until some wacko is going to go do some random attack, and it's going to be hell is going to unleash. They're going to drop the hammer so hard with their Habadnik anti-Semitism czar and Trump and our Zionist politicians and Elon and Zuckerberg and the censorship. It's gonna be like we've never seen before. You think they're kvetching a lot about anti-Semitism now? Wait till there's some string of attacks because of all of the blood libels and the tropes and the Epstein and Charlie Kirk conspiracies, right?
Oh yeah.
Is it not obvious that's where things are heading?
Oh yeah. Well, it's part. It's first of all, it's part of the prophecy, right? So we know it's part of the script, but also from between now and between now and the time Trump is supposed to, leave office, they've got to get the Aliyah turned up to like an 11, right? So this is kind of part of that happening, right? I think that's kind of the objective of it.
What is it? He's one of the children of Cain.
Oh, dude, somebody just shared that with me too. There's some popular thread about look into the Canaanites. They're the curse of Cain in the Eustace Mullen trash book I read years ago.
Of Cain.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And
as if Cain's real.
Humanoid, Nephilim,
fallen angels.
Never die. They just change form.
And look who else is pushing the Nephilim fallen angel shit. On the show today, we ended with some crazy lady talking about they're not cannibals because they're not human and they're fallen angels, but it's all good because Jesus is going to return. Well, look at how kosher this narrative is. The giants and feet and 6 digits and being promoted on Daily Wire with Timothy Alberino. With Michael Knowles. Let's see. You ready to Nephilim Max? You ready to go full Dustin Nemos here? Full kook mode?
Yeah, this is Dustin. I think I've seen this. This is Dustin Nemos stuff. I like this. Is great.
Yeah, dude. Daily Wire is shilling your fucking kosher goy slop. How about that?
This dude weighed 1,100 pounds.
Dude, look at this set, by the way. Where the fuck are they? What are they, some like archaeologists in Egypt? What is this set here?
What the fuck are they doing?
The giant was.
Imagine sitting down for that and doing your interview and just like having a straight face the whole time.
Yeah, dude. Dude, this is a perfect set to talk about the Nephilim, bro. Dude, we're like archaeologists in Babylon.
What is that? What is the heart? Is it what is that? Is it a
telescope?
Harp? Oh, it's a bazooka on top of like a
bazooka.
Netting. Yeah, it's a bazooka. It's a recoilless rifle.
Dude, this guy looks. Is this
It's knockoff.
The lead singer of Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray is mogging Michael Knowles here.
Roadmaster weighed it.
Okay, 90s throwback. Anybody know who Sugar Ray is? In the chat.
The giant was solid as a rock.
I know Amalek does.
The pilot said that while he was standing there talking to these soldiers, he was hitting the top of the tarp with his hand. Of course, he's in a state of like shock.
Yeah.
Trying to process this gigantic humanoid under this tarp. And he said the guy was like a brick. He was like pure muscle. He said he didn't know if it was rigor mortis that had set in after death, but he said the guy was, you could see his hands and his feet. He was very muscular, very large and muscular. And he said that the giant's feet, which were wrapped in very crude footwear, like a canvas type thing, the giant's feet and hands had 6 digits instead of 5.
Okay.
So it's 6 fingers and 6 toes on each hand and foot. The giant's skin was a pale white. Again, he wasn't sure if it was because the giant had been dead for a couple of days or if that was the natural tone of the skin. But what really stood out to him was the red hair. The giant had red or auburn.
Oh, now we're Zephyr pilling. We're Zephyr pilling hard. Giant white Nordic overlords with red hair. Are you kidding me? 6 fingers, fallen angels. Hold on, Red Ice is still here. Henrik, we got to do a show soon, dude. I need to have you on. It's my turn to have you on. Daily Wire bought this huge 3D panoramic screen for their intended Hollywood movie production endeavor, but since that went bust, they had to use the panoramic screen for something, so here we are. Yeah, that does look like a movie set. You're right.
Here. And again, there was a very pungent odor coming off of this thing. And so...
Was the giant clothed, or did you hear?
He could only see his hands and feet and the top of his head.
What is he talking about? Is he talking about a dream? Is it something he saw? Is he talking about
I don't know.
What the fuck is he talking about? These people are insane.
Yeah, Daily Wire, what is the context of this? Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. Describes a giant supposedly killed by military forces in a cave in Afghanistan. Oh, my God. Some guy told him this. He knows a dude who claimed this. Come on.
Head and the hair and the hands and feet hanging out. Remember, this is a 9-foot pellet.
Yeah.
He's in the fetal position. They had to weigh.
Is this Coast to Coast or Daily Wire?
Obviously, before they put it on the C-130. So the loadmaster weighed it. It was 1,500 pounds. Now, that's including the pallet. Subtracting the pallet, this dude weighed 1,100 pounds. So we're talking about a 12-foot guy that weighs 11.
Trust me, bro.
Pounds.
Yeah, that's probably even a greater proportion of muscle than I have, and I always
Slightly
pride
more.
myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, he is so closet.
The giant was.
Okay, clown show. You're gonna love this one, Amalek.
Actually, go back to the Palestinian.
Professor Zhang at his beach. Look at the beach view, by the way. This guy, his million subscribers on YouTube, his blow up, his astroturfed Russian propaganda's mix of kosher conspiracies is,
Most of the Semitic people
going
are
nice.
Khazarian.
Yeah, what's up with Sneeko Aryan
the real
Maxim
Semitic
too?
people-
What's going on there?
Yeah,
He's like
I don't like the
bleaching his skin
appropriation.
and his hair is blonde. Like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Trying to get into Hyperborea.
The real Semitic people.
Thank you, Loki. Loki's always coming through.
Wallet sent $5 on Rumble. Early Wednesday shekels.
They actually go back to the Palestinians. Most of the Semitic people are Khazarian. People like Netanyahu and these people. They actually don't have traces.
That's right.
Being Semitic at all, and that's probably
The
why
Jewish guy wrote it in the book.
that word is being used so much, is to make people think that they deserve that homeland.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So I didn't know about the Khazarian people, and
Dude, how are these guys still all doing the Khazar cope? Henrik was debunking the Khazarian conspiracy with Professor McDonald. What is it? Andy McDonald? What is his name again? I always forget it.
Oh,
Kevin McDonald. With Kevin McDonald like 10 years ago. And we're still doing the not the real Jews shtick.
Again, I'm 12%.
It's not Jews. It's Judaism. It's secret Khazarians and Moloch and Baal worshippers. Always a deflection.
Meanwhile, like Nick is who red pilled Sneeko on the Jews, and Nick talks about Khazaria not being real or not being true at least once a week on his show. At least.
Right. Yep. Even Nick doesn't do the Khazarian bullshit. You're right.
So where the fuck is? Yeah. So what the fuck is going on?
Ashkenazi, so I have that. So Ashkenazi is Khazarian, correct?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Okay. And
basically,
I guess I do get called that. You probably get called anti-septic too.
No, I actually get called a Mossad agent a lot.
I saw that.
Really weird. I've been called a CCP agent. I've been called a CIA agent. I've been called Mossad agent. Yeah. So I'm.
No Russian agent though, huh? He left off one. Interesting.
I actually think that he just takes he's like Robert Zephyr, where he takes a bunch of old 4chan, 8chan threads, and he's just synthesizing them into his content. And that's basically what Zephyr does with his books and his YouTube channel. And that's what this guy's basically doing. He's just like taking all of those conspiracy theories from back then, and he's just presenting them in his format.
I'm an agent for everyone.
Yeah, I've heard every single one, but I don't know why that allegation has any sort of basis, because based off of your lectures, you don't have any sort of bias besides your own interpretation of the world, right? You said things, you've been very critical of communism and how the isms, I love that lecture.
You got Dugan retweeting this interview, but you're going to leave off any accusations of being a Russian agent. Interesting.
About how all the isms are control mechanisms, right? Communism was subverted by Trotsky and by Karl Marx, and Karl Marx was actually backed by transnational capitalists. So it's like, why would capitalists associate with the communists? Because, okay, well, they both serve the transnational banks.
Dude. Okay, you know this, but like I'm working on this like really long takedown of Khazar theory that it's like basically too long that no human beings ever gonna read. It's up to like 18,000 words or something like that. I can basically write a book about it at this point. And I've done tons of research into and like reading more and more into this and like trying to reverse engineer its origins. And one of the things that I learned in it is that it's basically has been used as what I would call it was used in the Cold War by the KGB and by Russia against Arab nationalists because they were in like an basically they fed this line as propaganda to a lot of Arab nationalists and Muslims, this Khazar theory thing. And that's part of why it's so prevalent in the Muslim community. Lots and lots of anti-Zionist Muslims believe in Khazar theory, or some version of it where they say that like Israelis are Polish, or go back to Eastern Europe. Tons of Muslims believe that directly because it was spread as a Cold War propaganda item, and it was kept alive on the internet afterwards. But that's part of why so many believe that.
Mm-hmm. Now here's Professor Zhang, who my understanding is not a college professor. He teaches a high school class. Why secret societies worship Satan. Let's hear it.
Okay? Remember, the Big Bang, evolution, neuroscience. It's to teach us that there's no God. There's no purpose. It's all just random. It's all just material. So how do we get this to this point?
Oh, evolution teaches that there's no God. They're hiding you from Jewish God.
Okay. The answer is very simple, and we'll be discussing this throughout the rest of the semester, okay? The problem is that you have heaven, you have earth, and you have hell, okay?
He says okay so much it bothers me, kills me.
The heaven is spiritual. It's consciousness. Hell, it's mechanical. It's machines. Okay? We're stuck in between.
Okay.
It's always our choice whether to choose heaven or hell because of free will. Okay? And for most of history, we've chosen heaven. But eventually, you had people who chose hell. And when you have to choose hell, you have access to technology. Right?
What?
And this technology allows you to conquer and control other people.
So technology is evil?
Okay. But once you control...
So he says the moon landing's a hoax, evolution's a psyop to hide you from God, technology is bad. What's with all these subversive ideas that are like undermining the West?
And you conquer and control the people, you have to get them to obey you. If you are enlightened, if you know the truth, you know that none of this matters. We're all gonna die, so why should I listen to you? So in order for me to control you, I need you to fear death.
This must go so hard if you're like 90 IQ. Like straight up, this must just be like, oh yeah, okay, I see. Like this is crazy.
This is my teacher. It's like I have a PhD when I listen to this guy.
I have like 4 or 5 YouTube accounts that are like very kept separate because they're specifically, I'm trying to like, get a certain kind of content on them, and all of them have this guy fed to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I need you to fear death. When you die, dying's the worst thing that can happen to you.
What kind of class teaches this shit too? Like, is there a class on conspiracy theories or something? What kind of class, real school would have a class teaching this shit? That's what I want to know.
And because remember, before people understood, death was just a part of the journey. It was a release. It was an opportunity to reset yourself and come back. Now, death is the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is just like the plot to The Matrix, by the way.
I haven't heard the whole thing. I only heard the beginning where he says that it's evolution is to convince you God's not real.
I'm just saying, this is basically the plot to the Matrix.
How do you forget God? And how do you get people to fear death? You use science, right? You create theories like a Big Bang, like evolution, like neuroscience.
What science? People don't fear death because of science.
Nobody feared death until they learned about the Big Bang. Everyone was just totally living life for thousands of years on Earth, and then humans thought about the Big Bang, and then they had an existential crisis that they were gonna one day die. Yep, that's how
I thought he was gonna say that Christians fear death because they fear hell. He's like, no, we believe in God. Where is he even going with this?
To make people forget.
Dude, the other day there's a meme of like IQ going around, and I was telling people like, oh, we need to make a funny version of it, and somebody was like, oh, talking about putting this guy on it, and like, oh, he's actually pretty smart, and dude, what is going on? Is everyone really falling for these guys? Like, we're cooked, dude. Everyone is not smart.
Yeah, it's like it's an amalgamation of every dumb internet conspiracy theory I've seen.
get the divinity
over the
inside
years.
You. Right? So that's what science is for. But unfortunately, for these people, that's...
Yo, thank you, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn 8 sent $20 on Rumble. Porphyry greater than Augustine greater than the Christians have corrupted the rule of truth by applying allegorical interpretation.
To the Bible? Because, yeah, it's allegorical, symbolic, fake fulfillment of Scripture. So, yeah, thank you, Jocelyn.
Not enough.
Late night show, Jocelyn's here. What's your excuse, guys?
Because eventually, we'll all die, right? So the only way around this is by creating a new technology called transhumanism. Okay? You may have heard of transhumanism.
Okay.
Again, don't worry about the concept now. We'll discuss this later on the semester. But transhumanism is to surpass humanity, which basically means defeat death. To upload your brain to the internet so you're here forever. Okay? To trap you here forever. And so...
Did someone in the audience just say, whoa?
Yeah.
Did I just hear that? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Is, why are they doing this? Why are people in power doing this? Okay, so as we've discussed in this class, throughout human history, it's usually secret societies that have the power.
Secret society. He writes it on the board.
Why?
Circles it.
Okay. Well, last class we discussed the idea of bureaucracy, right? Mass bureaucracy.
Adam, you gotta start doing this. Like, you gotta take this kind of concept and combine it with what's his name? Oh my God, what's the guy's name that you saw me on Fox News? Glenn Beck, the Glenn Beck whiteboard. You gotta like combine those two, and you gotta start doing this because it is very entertaining to watch. I
just need to get a whiteboard and start LARPing as a
Yeah. Like you just gotta go up there. It's
professor?
like, okay, Jesus. And then you gotta write the name Jesus, then circle it. And then you gotta say dual Messiah. Write the word out. Dual Messiah. Circle it.
Yeah.
Then Messiah ben Joseph. Draw an arrow to that. And like, this is the new format.
Might be right.
And we discussed how, in a mass bureaucracy, bureaucrats don't really want to do anything. They're lazy. Well, guess what? If you're part of a secret society, and you're able to coordinate secretly together, you can control the bureaucracy because you're the only people doing stuff. Okay?
Okay. Dude, I thought we were learning why secret societies worship Satan. There's no proof of Satan here at all. What the fuck? Okay, I'm annoyed. I was expecting more. But this is interesting as well, too. They're debunking the Trinity.
Right. Well, because...
So we're trying to make some kosher Noahides here. What?
I've watched probably, I don't know, 20 hours of this guy, and I would best describe him as like it's kind of funny. He kind of has the same view of Christianity as Arval does. Like a Gnostic useful tool of the like with like useful teachings is what I would say. Yeah.
Why does the Trinity not make any sense to you?
Right. Well, because, we think through intuition, right? So, like, how do we know something is right? Well, we know something is right because it sounds right, because it connects with us, right? But the entire point of the Holy Trinity, okay, an idea that three things can be separate but connected. Three things that are different from each other can be at one at the same time. It's meant to confuse you. It's meant to create cognitive dissonance. And so when you accept the idea of the Trinity, the idea is that now you open your portal to all sorts of whatever crap propaganda that they want to instill in you as well. And that's why the Holy Trinity is the very basis of the Catholic religion.
Why does the Trinity not make any sense to you?
That was okay. He's okay. I don't know if he knows that he's doing this or what, but like that was a very common like early Muslim apologetic against Christianity. Like I don't know if he knew that he's doing that, but that's what their initial like apologetic against Christianity was. It was started by an anti-Trinitarian offshoot of Christian. That's how Islam began.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their whole point. So is he telling Sneeko that because he knows that, or is this just like by accident? Like I don't understand.
Well, remember Noahide Sneeko is a Muslim like his hero Andrew Tate was, And that's why he's asking about the Trinity, because that's the big difference, which makes Christianity and the Trinity idolatrous. They believe that God is a man, which is dividing the oneness, the unity of God, to be a proper Noahide and a monotheist. So Islam is considered monotheistic and not idol worship, because they just only worship Allah, which is the God of Abraham. And the problem is with Christianity. So whether they know it or not, and even if they're making a good point, the Trinity is stupid, they're still, without exposing the whole, if they're only exposing the Trinity as silly, but not like the whole thing as a Jewish myth and the whole Jesus deception, they're basically just turning people towards Noahidism.
Yeah,
by getting rid of the Trinity.
I can't remember. You've read Julian the Apostates against the Galileans. He even says this. He mentions this too. Like, this is a very old critique, basically like saying that the Trinity is a nonsensical concept that opens up like illogical thinking elsewhere. Like, this is an ancient critique. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could say the same for about every aspect that Christians believe. If you believe that, anything's possible, like they claim. I'm looking for the Neil Gnostic Informant had a debate with Jay Dyer last night. This was Jay Dyer's proof of the Trinity. This is all he had to do right here. Dude, Trinity proved.
Yes.
The elusive
Three,
mystery.
But also one.
Yeah, dude, it's one number, but it also represents three. So, like, the Trinity, so God is the Son and the Ghost, and it's all real. Because, like, there's a 3 on a piece of paper.
Jocelyn 8 sent $10 on Rumble. Orville saying he's just a Platonist using Jesus as his symbol of the divine was so sad. Hello, your symbol is a Jew and that's who you serve.
Yeah, there's some clips going around. Me and Amalek joined a space. We haven't been on spaces for a while, and we talked to Arvel, the Return to the Land guy, and there's some clips of it of us explaining to him why his Jesus smuggling, I don't know, what would you call him doing? His new Christian syncretized Gnosticism, pro-white, whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good chat. I would say that he's basically like a Platonist who has been convinced by Platonism being like a useful model, a useful metaphysical model, a useful philosophical tool, and that because Christianity kind of like absorbed Platonism and it's like the surviving oldest tradition, that he kind of basically feels that that Christianity has value because of those things, and that it's like basically not, you can't throw out the baby with the bathwater because of those things. But we could just say, I'll just say this now, or I can talk about this now. We ended that space. I ended it with basically saying to Arvel, like, a reversal of Pascal's wager, where I said to him, like, what if Adam and I are right, and Jesus was like, he is like a superhero, like a Jewish myth that never existed, and like his purpose was to get us off of our gods, to basically fulfill their prophecies of turning the world to the Torah and preparing the Messianic age. Like, what if that is true? Like, what if we're true? Kind of like like I said, a reversal of Pascal's wager. And what if you can be convinced by that? And he said, like, well, then I wouldn't be Christian anymore. So that is going to be interesting, because I think, you're sending him a copy of the book and things like that. So we'll see how, we'll see how honest he is, or how good his reading comprehension is, I guess. And when he reads the book, and see if he's still Christian after that.
Yep. I'm going to send him the book. All right, let's hear about more from Zhang and Sneeko about how they're sacrificing children to Jewish demons.
And that demon's purpose.
Me, so that I can understand the divine comedy, so that I can communicate with others as well. And like that's a great secret that these elites understand. Like in school, we're taught that it's all just material, and it's all just process. So if you want to write an essay, just follow this work process, and you'll write a great essay. And you know what? No author, no writer in the world has ever followed this stupid process of doing research, forming a thesis, create evidence, do the structure, do the outline, edit it, blah blah, and now you have an essay. Okay, that's what they teach you in school, because that's what's convenient to teach you. But if you look at every single genius, if you look at every person who's creative, it's all through imagination. It's all through inspiration. It's like this: you woke up one day and you have this compulsion to write something or draw something. Okay, and you can't help yourself. And you're completely focused on the moment because you are being possessed by a certain entity, that a muse or an angel or God. Okay, so that's something the elite understand, right? Why do they practice child sacrifice? Why do they practice cannibalism? Because they're trying to be possessed by a greater force that allows them the imagination to control the world.
Yeah, Leslie Wexner back in the 80s.
Dude, what is this deal? I feel like everybody's talking about like it's just a fact that that our elite are all cannibals now. I haven't been hearing all this cannibal talk before. This is kind of like out of left field. I've heard the adrenochrome stuff, but is it just me, or is this like cannibalism hysteria kind of like a new novel thing?
I think what's going on is that so many of these people, I mean, Sneeko was not like around or red pilled, I guess you could say, during Pizzagate. And I think what's happening is a lot of them, because they weren't around, they're fusing Pizzagate with Epstein. They think it's the same thing. And like the way Epstein's being presented is in a way that I can see how that's happening to them, right? Like I can understand how somebody who, got red pilled around 10-7 and has now been around.
Yeah, but was Pizzagate wasn't about cannibalism?
Right? Well, this Pizzagate thing was mixed with spirit cooking, and that it was about cannibalism, right? So like the idea was that, oh yeah, some of them are like abusing children, and that a part of that was cannibalism. I wouldn't say that was like a main thing of it, I guess, but yeah, that was part of it. Was that Marina Abramovich spirit cooking thing was combined with Pizzagate. So that's what I think is going on, is that it's a lot of newbies who don't really know what's going on, and they're like combining myths, if that makes sense. They're doing a little bit of like conspiracy midrash unintentionally.
Because I've been paying attention to like the conspiracy niches of the internet. And I haven't seen a lot of cannibalism fear-mongering. And now all of a sudden, everybody's saying it like it's just like something we've always known. And what is the proof of it? Are we talking about jerky? Everybody's acting like, oh, there's beef jerky, so they're all cannibals.
That was like the Pizzagate thing. A lot of it was like weird discussions, like, oh, I'll have one of I'll eat that up and things like that, right? Because there was like this subtext of cannibalism with Pizzagate, but not for all of it.
Article where he said that he was possessed by a Jewish demon. Again, Leslie Wexner is the one who financed Jeffrey Epstein. So it's like that a demon. He's saying he was possessed by a demon. It's like, and that demon's purpose was to latch on to others. And you had a great lecture about why they do the most evil things. And you said the most evil out there. It was a lecture about Palestine. The most evil thing you could do is to sacrifice a child, which we're now seeing in the Epstein files. And it's in order to
What file says they're sacrificing a child? You heard Sneeko make that claim, right? Where is that file that says they're sacrificing of a child? What is he talking about?
Where has Leslie Wexner said that he was like possessed by a demon?
I've heard that. He said that in some magazine interview or
possessed,
something. I remember Whitney talking about that.
Yeah, I remember Whitney Webb talks about it, but he just says there was a demon inside of him, and he's talking about like his ego and things like that. I read it. It's in Whitney Webb's book. I don't remember the exact quotes, but he wasn't talking about like a literal Jewish demon was inside of him that he like. That wasn't what he was talking about. He was being metaphorical, talking about how like his ego took over his soul. Like I don't.
Oh really?
I had to look it up again. Yeah, he's not talking about a literal demon. You retard. You illiterate retard Sneeko. What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'll look it up again, but in Whitney Webb's work, it was very clear. It's like he's talking about his ego.
About why they do the most evil things. And you said the most evil out there, it was a lecture about Palestine. The most evil thing you could do is to sacrifice a child, which we're now seeing in the Epstein files. And it's in...
Dude, we're seeing that, huh? I haven't seen that shit. Where is there a kid sacrifice in the Epstein files? What do you mean?
In order to attach to a realm. And so it's like you're almost spiritually connected to all the people that have done this in history. You're now within this realm.
That's right. You're actually in a certain part of the universe that gives you inspiration and intuition.
Dude, they're making sacrificing children sound so cool right now. Did you just hear what he said? Dude, they're going to cause people to go out and sacrifice kids because they're making it sound so cool.
You're actually in a certain part of the universe that gives you inspiration and intuition.
Inspiration. You sacrifice a kid, you get inspiration and intuition and become part of the universe. Source, I made it up. Yeah. I'm just joking, obviously, about sacrificing kids, but did they not just say that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I can see the reflection that your kids are running around. So I don't want to hold you longer than. Oh, he froze.
All right. All right. Okay, this guy comes out. He put out his DNA and said that this isn't true, but he thought it was. Let's listen to the E-Crusader,
My dad's
Quinones.
side of the family, the Spanish side of the family, is Sephardic Jews, and my grandmother on my mother's side is Ashkenazi Jew. It's like I'm 75% Jewish.
Yeah,
but I fucking hate Israel and I want to see them burned to the ground. But
right, but
because that has nothing to do with Judaism.
That's what I tried.
Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem the Jewish guy has with Israel. It has nothing to do with Judaism. It's not Jewish enough for you. It's not real Judaism. Israel's not Judaism. What? Why are we still? What kind of Christian copes are these? They're running cover for Judaism. It's not real Judaism.
Explain to people, and it's so funny that if you talk about.
Are you tired of hearing that one, Amalek, like I am? Is it as frustrating to you?
Yeah, I actually just read a book. It was from a far leftist about it's a communist who was writing about the Palestinian, like their point of view of Palestine. And I was telling you about it on the phone the other day. They start the story in the 1800s, and they pretend that, or they believe essentially that Zionism, the concept of Zionism, was started and born entirely out of like secular nationalist movements, and that because the nationalist movements in the springtime of nations in Europe, like that idea gave rise to Jewish nationalism, and that before that, Jews were not even talking about returning to that land. Like they're totally missing the boat, right? Like both sides are, the left and right are totally missing like how Judaism plays a role in Zionism. Mm-hmm. They have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about absolving Judaism and saying it's not real Judaism. Zionism's not Judaism. It's not Judaism. It's secular Ashkenazi Khazarian Baal worshippers. It's always some deflection from just like what it obviously is. Henrik made a point too. I was going to ask you about this. Like, what do you think about the demon, Les Wexner demon thing? Henrik at Red Ice wrote, claiming it's a demon is a cope for the schizophrenia that Jews disproportionately suffering from. They go to a metaphysical, mystical explanation for genetic neurosis issues that Jews have. Plausible. It's like when a guy cheats on his wife and he goes, "Oh, it was Satan. It was demonic. I wasn't me. It was the demon made me do it," type of thing. Something like that. All right. Let's go another 15 minutes. Is that all right? I know you're later than I am.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
A few more things. Okay. So this was Global Insight Journal. I think this is from India. Look at this, though. This was the viral thing a few days ago. Netanyahu, quote, Iran burned the statue of Baal to declare war on us. We are watching what is happening. 11.8 million views, 55,000 likes, and it's a fake quote from Netanyahu. Not a real quote. So they're
everyone was sharing that. Yeah, everybody was sharing
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So they have to share fake quotes to try to make it seem like he's owning that they worship Baal. When they don't. No, the Jews are actually laughing. We're going to show you. They're laughing that the Muslims are burning idols.
I found that article, by the way, and I just read the beginning of it, and then I read every instance of the word he's using, Daibuk, which is like a Jewish type of demon. I just read the whole thing, and yes, I am correct. The whole thing is metaphorically talking about his ego, and also kind of like I agree with what we're talking about with Red Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Henrik, what he was saying, like about it being like it's like a metaphorical stand-in for their own psychopathy. Like that's what this whole article is a reference to. It's not some like literalization where he's admitting that he has a actual demon that actually possesses him and actually determines what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid.
Look, the Jews openly admitting to devil worshipping is an interesting development. 187,000 likes for the fake quote that never happened. But then now everybody's running around, oh, the satanic, demonic, ball worshipping West, it needs to be destroyed. Putin was right. And Global Institute Journal, West Asia, it's some Indian account. Some fake Indian engagement slop account, and they're all sharing it. Look, here's another one too now. Look, this is a Putin shill, the savior. I saw a bunch of people sharing this too. 8,000 likes. Look, the Muslim says, like your God, you will be burned in our wrath. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. Alex Rosenberg says, this is by far the most anti-Semitic thing the Iranian regime has ever done. They all share it, and they're too stupid to realize that this is a parody account that follows me even. Fake Jewish account. Dual citizen of the United States and Israel, co-author of the New York Times bestseller, The White Problem, Rabbi, I'm Israel Chai. Dude, they all share this like it's proof that they're admitting they worship the devil and they consider this anti-Semitic if you burn a statue of Baal. And then it's a fucking parody account. So fake quote, parody account.
It's been shared thousands of times. People sent that to me in DMs like, oh, look, you guys are wrong about it. Look, there's one of them mad about it. And
yeah.
Look, go to Hermes' account. Look what Hermes had somebody DM him too about this, by the way.
Okay.
Adam King is celebrating the ball thing. It's funny. Look, you're gonna have to keep going right there.
The Goyim have gone insane. Yo, my friend is doing a protest next week if you're in town and down. Protest for what? Epstein files. I think they want to burn a statue of Baal or something. Oh, dude, the Goyim are so dumb. Goyim in abundance.
I messaged him. I said, absolutely do not go to that.
Okay, look at how stupid these people. Look at Adam King, okay? Huge L for the Baalsbergs. Judaism began. Oh, he's retweeting you too. Judaism began as a direct rejection of Baal worship. So much of Jewish law and belief is built specifically to uproot idolatry. What you're calling anti-Baal is quite literally at the core of Judaism. They're celebrating that you're burning their anti-Jewish idols. That's how stupid you are. That's how stupid these Iranians are with this shit. It's pro-Jewish.
The part that they don't like is that you put a Star of David on it and put like Bibi on it, but like that doesn't actually make them mad. What it actually does is it gets Jews to be able to do their favorite thing, which is kvetch. They love to like get upset with and kvetch over, oh, look how much we're hated. Oh, look how much, oh, we're victim. Oh, it's blood libel. Oh, look, it's low IQ. The whole thing over and over again. They love to do that. It's like one of their favorite things.
Look at this big Jewish account, Max Nordau, says the Jews would be so owned if everyone burned idols. Hey, retards. The whole goal of Judaism is that Yahweh conquers all the other gods and idols of the world. You're helping them do that like gullible, useful idiot Noahides by doing this.
Yeah, the Talmud, I'll put it this way. The Messianic prophecies talk about how the nations, the Goyim, will bury their idols and turn away from their idols. And they will say, God is with you to the Jews, okay? When Jews see non-Jews burning their idols like that, to them, it's like proof their God exists, guys. Like, this is not helpful.
The Jews just laugh at how stupid the Goyim are. These useful idiot Esau and Ishmaelites get everything wrong. They think they're owning the Jews. I think I have it right here. Hold on. What do I write here? Where's my meme? Right. Iran burning an effigy of Baal to own the Jews is like someone burning a statue of Satan to offend Christians. Whoops. It's not exactly working. Henrik's in the chat. He says, so Baal on Epstein's bank account was a misprint spelling error. But no, that's not what happened. It was an OCR. They scanned the email with the software, and it changed it to Baal name Wachovia Bank. But the original file is still in there. It says bank name Wachovia Bank. And these idiots ran around and said it was it's a Baal bank account name, which the bank account name was like Clearview, Clear Lake LLC. It was 2 lines below.
Yeah, and also even if it was the name of the account was Ball Bank Account, the chances are higher that Epstein would be taking the piss out of this type of stuff than that it's some sort of like secret ritual there. Oh, that's the Ball Bank Account where we keep all of our like child sacrifice money, or like the whole idea behind it is so stupid. If he was actually like some sort of satanic ritualist or worshiper, the evidence wouldn't be that he named his bank account that, right? It would be that he has like evidence, like videos of him doing rituals or emails saying, hey, can you get me the ashes of a snake for the ritual, things like that. That's what you would see, but you don't. You just see the bank account thing. And no one doing like occultism is doing it via like bank account occultism.
Yeah, if you want to talk about something, Adam King's burning up a red heifer and dousing himself with the ash water so that he can rebuild the temple and usher in the Moshiach and worship the God of Israel, not Baal. Get it right. It's so stupid. They're so wrong. They can't get anything right. They're just like the perfect, useful idiot controlled opposition. Look, this Jew says, go ahead, burn all the Baal statues you want. You're basically doing mitzvahs. The Torah is explicit about avoiding avodah zara, idol worship. Why would the Jews, like, they're so stupid, they don't, and then they all share that old World Fair thing where they did, like, the depiction, they reenacted, like, the history of the Old Testament, and they go, look, they're worshiping it 100 years ago, and the thing they recorded at the World Fair, man, it's an open sacrifice.
I did a thread on that. I looked more into that, and that is a blatant misunderstanding of what they're doing. That is like, it's so fucked up, because the whole point of that play that they're putting on was to show like the national history of the Bible for the Jews at that time, and what they're doing in the play is literally like the opposite of what they're saying. They're showing that, oh, look, at one point we turned against the Baal worship and things, and so it's like a polemic against that thing. It's showing that thing is bad. It's showing that worshiping Baal in the play is bad. That's the point of it. And then these guys come in, 100 years later and pretend it was the opposite.
Look at this. This Jew says, I'm beginning to think that CTE Shields from out and this other dude don't know much about what Jews believe. Hint, you're not really owning us by burning idols. Yeah, see, if you listen to people that actually know about Judaism and what Jews say, like us, you would know this. You're not owning Jews by burning idols. That's the problem, too, is these guys don't know what Jews we know what Jews actually think, and they go, you believe the rabbis?
Yeah, they think that this is the thing. They think that it's Jesus that does this to them, and when it's not Jesus that does it, Jesus does not make them feel this way.
Yeah, their secret is not that they worship the devil, it's that they think Christians are satanic. That's the secret. And according to the Talmud, the Iranians who burnt the statue are guilty of idol worship, because it says even though defecating is a degrading act, as that it's a form of worship. Huge W for the Muslims. They say even one who defecates or like desecrates an idol of Baal is liable to receive capital punishment, even though it's degrading, that it's still a form of worship. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting. Well, they have official ways of desecrating, and the ways of desecrating are intentionally not supposed to be like worship or anti-worship. That's why they cut the nose off and things like that. That's the argument for the nose cutting off, is that basically you're removing the power from it by doing that, rather than like having like a ritual around its destruction.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? So they share the fake quotes of the Jews supposedly mad about them burning Baal and owning it. And then they ignore all the Jews laughing at you, saying you have no idea what Jews believe, and this is basically a mitzvah. And then they're like, oh, Epstein had a Talmud behind him, which wasn't even a Talmud. Meanwhile, the Talmud outlaws idol worship. These guys really do just get everything wrong. They're so cooked. And look at this. The Muslims playing their Ishmael role. 155,000 subscribers, 12,000 likes. He says, Jesus Christ and the Mahdi will appear. Global awareness has emerged. Satan can no longer hide behind the hollow slogans of human rights. Epstein and his Zionist supporters can no longer sacrifice innocent children in Gaza or on their private island. Zionists will no longer have any safe haven in the world. God bless Iran. Yeah, dude, Jesus is going to float down and save you from the Jews, bro. Cool story that the Jews gave you. I'm sure the Jewish Messiah is going to come and save you from the Jews, bro. Totally trust the plan. All right. Oh, and Jonathan Kahn and Jim Baker kvetching about Baal worship. This shows you how kosher it is. All these Zionists, the Babylonian rising, fear-mongering also. I covered this earlier on the show today. But, I mean, it's like, what other indication do you need to see this guy shilling Baal fear-mongering? Jocelyn says, Adam, how did you become this intelligent? I don't think I'm that intelligent, to be honest. I think it's just in comparison to how stupid everybody has become, because none of this is like complex or difficult to understand, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I can't put myself into like a super low IQ brain and put myself in their shoes and see what it's like to fall for all this goy slop, but this doesn't seem very complex to me.
For me, it's because I was an idiot. I used to believe in most of this stuff, and then I like read, and I was just willing to. I like hate watching and hate reading things, and like that drove me to like undermine my own beliefs. Is what I would is how. I would
Weren't you hate watching me, and then you got green pilled?
Hate watching. I was hate watching you and a bunch of other things. Yeah, so like that's just how I am. So like by undermining my own beliefs constantly, like second guessing or trying to like prove against what I believe, it got me to this spot. Like I just read a communist book on Palestine, and I basically disagreed with every single I couldn't get through a paragraph where I wasn't like just blown away by how stupid it was. But that's what I don't know. That's how I do it.
Yeah, Jocelyn says it's basically like Idiocracy, and everybody's just so dumbed down, and I'm just like the only normal smart guy.
About that, yeah, we were just talking about the other day.
Yeah, and all these Christ cucks are busy. They're trolling me like.
He talks like a fag
too. He sounds like a Jew too. That's all they'll say. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm a little above average intelligence, and that makes you like a super genius in the smooth brain, mouth breathing Christ cuck world.
Way. If like me or Adam or if we're like in the top 10 of intelligence in this thing, we are fucked, guys. I'm just
Yeah. Think about how stupid the average person is and think that half the people are dumber than that. And they all have access to the internet now.
Yeah, we're it's not good.
Doc Jake Holiday says he's an idiot and he gets it. Yeah, it's pretty simple. See Through It All nails it here. He says, I think he's a big brain. He's got to be a big brain. Christianity's roots are in Judaism, shared God, Yahweh, Old Testament scriptures, messianic prophecies. To make direct attacks on Judaism is problematic for Christians and Muslims. It undermines their own faith. So instead, they accuse Jews of apostasy or idolatry by worshiping Baal. portraying modern Judaism as a deviation from true Yahweh worship. This is what Christ's brain does to you. You become Judaism apologist by virtue of your religion being a Judaism spinoff. Well put. It's what I'm always trying to say. We got some big Goyim brains out here. It's true. Jocelyn's got a high IQ, clearly. All right. Oh, dude. I think I might pick up right here tomorrow. Joe Rogan.
Link in the Odysee chat. You got to play that. You got to that. This whole stream has me feeling this way in the Odysee, in the Odysee chat link.
Let's see.
If you can hear this, Benjamin Netanyahu, if you can hear this, please save us. Benjamin Netanyahu, please, if you can hear the sound of my voice, please, the Goyim have gone insane. Please save us. Please, Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu, if you can hear this, please save us. Benjamin Netanyahu, please, if you can hear the sound of
Everyone's retarded.
Yep.
I always wonder how dumb this Goyim sometimes can be.
I know. Can you blame them, guys? Can you blame them? And this is how wrong they get everything. All right. So speaking of dumb Goyim, we're going to pick up tomorrow with Joe Rogan talking about the elite eating babies and sacrifices in L.A. And from the Flat Earther, Hollywood scriptwriter.
This was hard to watch. I could not get through this. It was so dumb. I usually watch the Joe Rogans when they're popular ones like that, but I couldn't get through it. It was too dumb. And I have a high tolerance for it.
Like, see how many tabs I still have left to go through tomorrow, too? That's why we had to bang this one out tonight, just to get caught up a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to get...
One thing that we forgot that we should just mention is it does appear that there's a second there's that carrier group heading to Iran, so we could be waking up to.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it got buried by all the satanic stuff, I guess. And also I don't know if this is true. Like, I can't tell if this is a meme or a joke, but I've seen 3 clips now saying that Nick got swatted tonight in the middle of his show.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Here's
Trump.
Ongoing.
Here's Trump 5 days ago. I've been meaning to get to this too. He says it will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal. Let's see this one.
Netanyahu yesterday, has your thinking?
When Netanyahu visited for the 8th time.
Netanyahu yesterday, has your thinking changed at all as it relates to these negotiations with Iran or the timeline with Iran?
We have to make a deal, otherwise it's going to be very traumatic. Very traumatic. I don't want that to happen, but we have to make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time, and they got Midnight Hammer instead. And this will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal. Look, if they don't make a deal, then it'll be a different story. But we had a very good meeting yesterday with Bibi Netanyahu, and he understands, but it's ultimately up to me. If the deal isn't a very fair deal and a very good deal with Iran, then it's going to be, I think, a very difficult time for them.
Netanyahu yesterday, has your thinking?
Okay. Oh, this is him coping about. Here, this is short. We can bang through a couple of these.
President, were you aware that Secretary of Commerce visited Epstein's island, and do you continue to have?
No, I wasn't aware of it. No, I didn't. I actually haven't spoken to him about it. I wasn't. But from what I hear, he was there with his wife and children. And I guess in some cases, some people were. I wasn't. I was never there. Somebody will someday say that. I was never there. Yeah.
Somebody will someday say that. How do you know? King of Edom.
Old girl a thief in the Daily Mail. You called a 16-year-old girl a thief in the Daily Mail. You got Epstein 13 months in county jail with work release for abusing 34 victims where he should have got life in prison. That's not a plea bargain. That's a spa package. And every single time, your defense is the same.
Challenge
She's
you
lying.
to defend.
She wants money.
I challenge you to defend
don't
your
believe what you
statement
read.
that
You
he got
represented
18
Stop
months.
interrupting me, Mr. Dershowitz.
You're
You
just
represented
lying.
a serial
You're just
child
lying.
predator and got him the deal of the century. 2 women accused you under oath. You settled for nearly $1 million. Innocent men don't pay. They go to trial.
That's
You know
another
who
lie,
pays?
not a penny.
Guilty men with good
lying.
lawyers.
You're defaming me.
Are the good
You are
lawyers.
now
So what
going.
does that
You are
make
now
you?
going
You
to
have
be
spent 50
sued.
years
You are
defending
now going to
rapists,
be sued
killers, and
for
every
saying I
time
paid
you
$1
attack
million.
the woman who come forward.
You're going to be
You are a civil
sued.
libertarian.
Is that true? Anybody know? Did he pay off? Did he settle out of court with his accusers?
I thought he did, but I no longer believe anything that I previously believed. Every single fact that I used to believe about the Epstein case and Dershowitz and all the things, I now have to every time go back and double check it. That's how I feel about it. It is all false until proven otherwise at this point. Because I've begged people, and if you're listening to this now, do it. DM me your best Epstein email or whatever. Let me see it. And that proves
yes,
the
Alan
satanic panic
Dershowitz
or whatever.
and Virginia Giuffre settled their legal battles in 2022 with both parties agreeing to drop their respective lawsuits. Giuffre acknowledged she may have made a mistake in identifying Dershowitz as one of her abusers. No money was exchanged in the settlement. And I believe that's coming from Miami Herald, so he is wrong.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that Michael Tracy talks about. He's debunked this one like a dozen times on his timeline. Now that he's gone over this one as well.
And I would,
They just say things from this guy on the right. He heard somebody else say it, and he's just repeating it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He just has done no fact checking on it.
recommend you cutting him off when he says that I.
Virginia's co-author says she settled because of stress.
$1 million. I didn't pay one penny. That's a lie.
And trust you instead.
Bassem, you've spoken for a long time.
Like Piers,
Okay, Bassem, you've made it.
Mr. Alan
Bassem, you've spoken for a long time. Bassem, you've spoken for a long time. You've made a number of allegations.
There is going to be.
I can tell you right now.
I am going to.
I want Alan
But he
Dershowitz to
keeps
respond.
interrupting me, Piers. I didn't interrupt him.
Okay, I am going to.
Let him
I'm
respond
going
to
to
you.
make it very clear.
But he shouldn't be interrupted.
Dude, they're like these are like kindergartners. What the
I'm going to make it
fuck?
very clear. I'm filing a lawsuit immediately. I'm instructing my lawyers to file a lawsuit against him for saying I paid $1 million. What happened is a woman falsely accused me. She admitted she may have mistaken me and confused me for somebody else. She dropped all of her charges. Not a single penny was paid. Nothing. And it's all in the agreement. All a matter of court record. You saying that I paid $1 million is going to result in you having to pay me many millions of dollars.
Not beating the stereotypes with that one, Dersh. Hold on, let's do.
Well, we had tremendous success with, I can tell you he's been a very good wartime prime minister. He's been very strong. We've worked with him very well. We had tremendous success with Iran and everything else we've done. And he really has been. He's been, extraordinary as far as a wartime prime minister. Not easy. And, you have a president that refuses to give him a pardon. I think that man should be ashamed of himself. A pardon over this trial that's going on. The president of Israel, the primary power he's got is the power to give pardons. And he's not, he said he's given it 5 different times, but he doesn't want to do it because I guess he loses his power. I think the people of Israel should really shame him. He's disgraceful for not giving it. He should give it. But Bibi's been a great wartime prime minister, and I've been the best friend to Israel I think that they've ever had. I can tell.
The best friend to Israel they've ever had.
I don't know. He might be right about that one. At least in the presidential seat.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
For tomorrow.
I'm just skimming really quick through that article that he just cited, the 2019 New Yorker article. It does not make the claim that he is saying it makes. Like these people handing over like W's to people like Dershowitz, like this is not helpful, guys.
That's what's so frustrating is they hand them easy W's by just getting everything wrong.
They
take the L's over and over again.
Shavos Kestenbaum just challenged that E-Crusader girl to debate him on Piers Morgan now as well. So like she's just gonna get owned on that.
More kosher theater, more Esau Ishmael taking L's for the Christians.
Very cool stuff.
Look at this. The Epstein files expose Ellen DeGeneres as Hollywood's most prolific cannibal. She ate children's flesh. 115,000 likes. Community noted. There's no evidence. They just, what is this, an African account, I think? Just pure satanic panic slop every time. So I'm going to get into, tomorrow we're going to get into, oh, there's so many more. All right. All right, dude. Thanks for staying up late and doing this and help me bang through some of these.
No, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So much fun. I love it. All right, guys. Have a nice night. Thanks for all the donos. Thanks for staying up late. See you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, Amalek. Take care, guys.
Yep.